Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Retired Police Officers channel. I am the Retired Police Officer with 28 years of experience in the Washington, D.C. Police Department. And on this channel, we review interactions between the police and the citizens. And I will let you know if the police were wrong, if they're right. No bias, my honest opinion from a retired police officer's point of view. And today's channel is from Lens of Law. And it's entitled Brett and Her Boyfriend Find Out Laws Apply to Them. So let's get into it.
You're gonna get arrested as well. Go over there.
On July 2nd, 2023, in Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, Corporal Adam and Officer Rachel would conduct a traffic stop on a motorcycle operator, Yashira, for not wearing proper eyewear and driving without a license. However, things would quickly escalate beyond what they could predict from a normal traffic routine.
Turn it off, please. Turn the bike off, please.
I'm not speaking English.
Okay, let's put the kickstand down and step off the bike.
Okay, so already, from what I can see, she's riding a motorcycle with no helmet. So that in itself is a legit traffic stop. It's a legit traffic stop right there and there. So if anybody says, oh, why you pull her over, or she didn't do nothing wrong, no helmet, riding a motorcycle. That's a perfect traffic stop. So let's see what happens from here.
Okay, let's put the kickstand down and step off the bike, please.
Why?
Because I'm asking you to.
Huh?
Because I'm asking you to. I'm asking you to step off the bike, please. Please step off the bike. Do you have an ID?
No.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Do you have a motorcycle endorsement?
The motorcycle no. Dile a Yuyo que...
So, she don't have her license on her, right? That's not a crime, but that is a ticket. It's called failure to exhibit. He asked her, did she have a motorcycles permit? She said no. So now we got no license. So the reason for the stop was no helmet. Then he asked her, did she have a driver's license on her? She said no, that's a ticket. But then he asked her, did she have a motorcycle license? She said no. So that's an arrest. That's an arrest. So just that quick in the video, we already got a legal stop and we got a legal arrest. Already. See what happened.
The motorcycle no. Dile a Yuyo que venga acá. Mi licencia de driver, no motorcycle. Ay, esto va a ser un drama ahora. Nada más que los parió.
Okay, hey, you guys need to leave.
No, ella es la que me va a traducir. No.
She needs to leave.
No.
Yes.
I'm not speaking English, so...
They are not involved in
You
this.
seem to be doing pretty good.
What's your
No quiere
last
que nadie
name?
se me acerque y me mandó a bajar como si yo fuera una delincuente.
What's your last name?
Yo no sé.
Middle
Como si yo fuera una delincuente que estuviera por ahí tirando tiros.
May 15th, 2010. Male unknown. Break for second.
Ya, ni vete ya. Sí, me mandó a bajar. No. Me quitó la llave. Quitó la llave.
Back off. Back off. Let me see your hands.
Entering the scene was Charlie, Yashira's boyfriend, and the registered owner of the motorcycle.
Back off.
¿Por qué?
No.
Legal, eso está legal.
Back
Eso
off.
está legal.
Back
Eso
off.
está legal.
Back
Eso
off.
está legal.
Back
No me
off.
toques, no me toques.
Back off. Back off.
Right here, they should have been calling for backup. Should have been calling for backup right here. It's too many people and it looks like it's about to get out of hand. You should have already called for backup.
Get back.
Eso está legal.
Get back.
Eso está legal.
¿Por qué quitó la
Eso está
llave?
legal, loco.
Get back.
Eso está legal.
Get
Eso está
back.
legal.
Left name Williams.
Get
Eso está legal.
back.
Ahí tiene el título en la motora. Eso
Get back.
está legal, loco. Eso está legal, loco.
Omari.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Está legal, loco.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
A mí tú no puedes arrestar.
Put your hands.
No me toques, loco.
Stop.
No me toques.
The only thing I can think of right now is interfering. That's the only charge that I can think of. He asked him to get back several times, but he's trying to play the game like he don't understand English. I don't know if he does or if he doesn't, but the only thing I can think of is maybe interfering right now. That may be why he's about to lock him up. Let's keep it going.
No me toque, loco. Stop. No me toque. Stop. No me toque, loco. No me toque. Stop. No me toque, ¿por qué? Dime por qué, dime por qué.
Once again, told y'all on other videos, if the police are deciding they're going to lock you up and put handcuffs on you, don't resist. Your resisting is not going to make them stop. It's not going to make them stop. At that point, just let them do what they're going to do. Like I told you before, you're not going to resist and they're going to say, oh, well, he's resisting, so we're just going to let him go. It's not going to happen. No matter how much you resist, they're going to get the cuffs on you. They're going to get you in the car. They're going to get you to the district. If they got to call more backup, that's what they're going to do. You know, you cooperate so the cuffs don't get on, don't get put on too tight, and you don't get thrown in the back of the car or, laying on your chest or laying sideways, and now these cuffs getting tighter and tighter on you. Just let them put the handcuffs on. You're not going to stop them at this point. All you're going to do is get hurt, and you're going to get an extra charge for resisting. And then you see her grabbing him, trying to stop the police officers from locking him up. That's called interfering. That's like the definition of interfering. You're trying to stop the police. You're trying to physically stop them from doing their job. You're trying to get in the middle so they can't do it. You're trying to pull the police arms, or you're trying to grab him so they can't put the cuffs on him and lock him up. That's interfering. Interfering, I think some departments may call it hindering, and she was already good to go because she didn't have a motorcycle's permit. So now she got this too. Just see how these scenes can just elevate so quickly with charges, and people don't even know that they're racking up these charges. But, they are. The police know. Now, I know she didn't just do that. I know she just didn't go at the police officer like that. Oh, yeah. Come on. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to run at the police and hit him? You better be glad he didn't knock the crap out you. Because he'd have been totally justified, and then they would have been saying, oh, you're doing a woman like this. Well, look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. Like, you can't do that. As soon as you would have punched her in her face and knocked her on the ground, they was, oh, you can't hit a woman like that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. When she's swinging first and she's doing that, yeah, you can. Look at her.
Get back up right now. We need more help over here. That's good. Do not hit me. Stop. Back up. Stay back. Back up. Rachel, take it back. Back up. She's in custody for battery to law enforcement. He's still fighting me. You ready?
So if he's still fighting him, he's still basically resisting him putting the handcuffs on. He's still not letting him put the handcuffs on. So like I said, that's a resisting charge. So you just keep piling them up.
Why you hit me?
Sit down. Sit down.
I can hear the band, somebody screaming, but you a man, no. You a man, no. You got to get that concept out of your head. She came at that officer swinging, trying to hurt him. What is he supposed to do? Just let her hit him? No. No, it doesn't make a difference if she's a woman or not. If you're a woman and you don't want to get hit, don't do what you did. Don't run at the police officer swinging at him. Like, people have the right to defend themselves. It doesn't make a difference if you're a woman. You still got the right. And this is a police officer in full uniform, and you running at him, swinging and hitting him. He has the right to put you on the ground, whether it's picking you up, slamming you, hitting you, whatever the case may be. So stop thinking, oh, she's a woman and you're a man. No, don't make a difference. Don't make a difference. Not gonna sit there and let somebody get punched on them. No, you have the right to defend yourself.
Why you hit me?
Sit down. Sit down. Ilegal. Cabrón.
El lambebicho este, hijo de la gran puta, dándole a uno el cabrón este. Lambebicho, abusador, cabrón. Lambebicho. Cabrón, yo también la esposa me las tiene bien apretadas, cantifeliz.
If anyone else doesn't leave, if you don't leave, you're gonna get arrested as well. Go over there.
Okay, so the officer said, if you don't leave, you're going to get arrested. That's not true. The officers have a certain distance for the scene, a certain amount of distance of space that they need to do their job. And I think it's like maybe 10, 15 feet you got to stand. So for him to say you have to leave or you're going to get arrested, that's not true. You can't be in their space, but if they was back to like where the stop sign is, they would be good. They don't have to go back no further than that. If they was over here, right like up here where these steps is at, they good. This right here, my man with the white Nikes on, this is too close. But if they was back to where the stop sign or the steps over here, they would be fine. So it's not, you gotta leave the scene. You gotta leave this block and go to the block across the street. No, they don't have to go. They don't have to go that far. They don't.
You're gonna get arrested as well. Go over there. Go over there.
Back up. Everybody else. Right now, back up. Why you hit me?
I don't have to explain anything to you.
Abusador, loco.
Shut your
Tú eres un
mouth.
abusador, loco.
Shut up.
Abusador de mujeres, loco. Tú eres un abusador, loco. Tú eres un abusador, loco. ¿Quién carajo te hizo a ti algo a ti, lambebicho? Cago en tu madre, cabrón. Tú eres un abusador, loco. Eso no se hace, loco. Es una mujer, cabrón. Es una girl. Loco, tú no seas abusador, loco.
Go over there.
Un abusador,
You got
loco.
5 seconds.
Tú eres un abusador,
Or you're
loco.
gonna get arrested too.
Go.
Go.
It's a woman.
That's just a bad comment to make. You know, they're on a public sidewalk and you have room. That stop sign's giving you plenty of room. So for you to say go over there, you're gonna get arrested. You know, I believe that would be a terrible arrest, and you can get yourself as an officer. You can get yourself sued. You know, they don't have to go across the street. They can stand right here. They can stand right there. That's fine. So I don't know if he's just BSing them to get them across the street or if the officer actually believes that.
Go.
Stand up, ready?
Loco.
We'll pick it up.
Tú eres un abusador, loco.
Stop.
Tú eres un abusador. Eso no se hace, loco. Es una mujer. No me
Are you
toques,
searching him?
loco. No me está tocando tanto, loco. Abusador, loco. No seas abusador, lambebicho. Lambebicho eres, cabrón. Lambebicho.
Upon arrest, both Yashira and Charlie were transported to the Milwaukee County Jail separately.
Hello. Hey. What happened? The English. But bro, motorcycle legal. Yeah, we get it. What problem? What problem? I'll explain back to Billy. Motorcycle legal. That's ours for now. What? You know English, bro. What? Motorcycle legal. Wait, title.
So he's asking what happened to the motorcycle. He said the officer told him the motorcycle was towed. So he's saying the motorcycle was legal. You know, why did you tow it? Well, the young lady was riding a motorcycle. She got stopped because she didn't have a helmet on. And then she didn't have a motorcycle's permit. So she's getting locked up. She's going. They're not going to leave the motorcycle there. They can. They can leave it there, but they can also tow it. And with all the, you know, the back and forth and the fighting that they just did with the police, they're going to tow it. I would tow it too. Everything that happened, the way that scene escalated so quick, I would tow the vehicle too. The officers are perfectly within their rights to tow that vehicle.
Bro, motorcycle legal. Wait, title, título. What happened? No. No.
Translate, we towed it to Spanish.
Bro, esposas. Bro, hey. Bro, what happened motorcycle?
We towed it.
No speaking English, traductor.
A tow company.
Va?
Impounded.
No, traductor. Bro, not speaking English. Motorcycle legal, my name. It's okay. What problem motorcycle? What problem is it with the... But what? Me no English. What problem? What problem? What?
Yashira was found guilty in court of battery and resisting or obstructing an officer and was sentenced to serve 9 months in a house of correction.
So look, when you locking somebody up and you writing your narrative, you know, when you get back to the district and you writing your narrative, you have to paint the entire picture. You have to write in there, you know, what happened to make you come in contact with this person. All they got is battery and resisting or obstructing. That's not the full picture, and that's not the full charges. Number one, you have to write in there, well, I observed her riding a motorcycle with no helmet. That's why I stopped it. That's why the interaction happened. And then you have to put in there that you asked her if she had a motorcycle permit, and she said no. That's basically no permit, no motorcycles permit. That's the third charge. And you need to write that ticket for no helmet. The whole case has to be billed, has to be a complete case when you get to court. Because usually, you know, the cases I've been on and the times I've been in the court, they want the whole picture, especially the attorneys. Well, how did you come in contact with this person in the first place? Why did you stop them? You know, what led up to all of this? And, you know, just by the charges, you only got 2 charges and then there was 3 charges. So I don't know why they didn't put all the charges in there. I would love to be able to read the narrative.
And resisting or obstructing an officer, and was sentenced to serve 9 months in a house of correction and be on probation for a year. Charlie was charged with resisting an officer. However, it is not clear if he was found guilty or innocent. Please consider showing your support by liking this video if you...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for that video. Like I said, the officers gotta paint the whole picture. I don't know what the narrative looked like, but you gotta explain how you came in contact with them. Riding a motorcycle with no helmet. You gotta explain that she didn't have a motorcycle's permit. That's a charge. You're arrested. And everything else, the battery and the resisting, I'm totally fine with that. They locked the guy up for resisting. And that's all they charged him with. I'm a little suspicious of just that because he wasn't resisting when he was talking to him. When he first walked up on the scene, he was just talking to him. He wasn't resisting. Then they grabbed him, and then he started resisting. You got to have a reason to grab him in the first place. If he's not doing nothing for you to grab and put handcuffs on, then you shouldn't be putting your hands on him. So he wasn't resisting in the beginning. He wasn't resisting until y'all put your hands on him and put handcuffs on him. So what did he do to make you guys have to put your hands on him, to put handcuffs on him? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not sure about that charge. It's a little suspicious. But outside of those things, I think it was a good video. You can see how a scene can go from 0 to 100 in just a couple of seconds. With that being said, that is it for today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm giving you some insight. You know, I'm giving y'all some gems. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe these videos. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.